Texel Air, owned by Chisholm Enterprises, is a forward-thinking and progressive business working within cargo transportation. But what makes them so special and so unique?
Chisholm Enterprises, we are a Bahrain-based business. We operate aircraft through our subsidiary Texel Air. We own aircraft, we convert aircraft, and then anything to do with aviation logistics, from infrastructure to technical know-how, we're involved in. We have purchased now up to 3 737-800s from various lessors and owners. We've then sent those aircraft to conversion, managed the conversion, and then delivered them to the airline Texel Air.
Flexi combi is a Texel aircraft concept. Can you tell us more about that idea?
So Chisholm Enterprises came up with the concept in 2016, and then we found a partner in the US, PEMCO. And for us, it was really about having an aircraft that fit a niche, but then also wasn't completely dedicated to a niche. So we have 7 different configurations we can switch the airplane between, and that enables us to change between contract or seasons. And obviously, when we took delivery in the middle of a pandemic, we converted it into a full freighter, and then since the pandemic has slowed, we've gone back to more of a combi operation. But if we had a fixed combi, it would have been a very different story. So it proved itself there.
Well, the concept of the Flex Combi is something that the owners of the company spent a lot of time and effort putting together. There's a lot of technology packed into this aircraft. It took several years to get the design just right. And then, of course, there's actually putting that design into execution and getting a finished product up in the air for test flying. And it's unique in the world. There's 3 of them. We have 2, but we had the first ones.
We're on a Boeing 737. Why is the 737 the right aircraft for Texel Air?
Well, the platform, it's a tried and trusted platform. It's been in use for over 20 years in the passenger space. It's a very reliable aircraft. You have the support of one of the world's biggest aircraft manufacturers. It has excellent operating economics. There's a wide abundance of spare parts and a wide abundance of pilots to fly them as well, experienced pilots. This platform is ideal for customers who want to combine cargo and passengers. We often don't fly to mainline destinations. There might not be passenger services available. There might be inconvenient timings. So when you want to move cargo and passengers together, this is the perfect platform for it. The demand for this aircraft is very niche. So I think today's market, it's just a snapshot. We see this aircraft being in demand right into the future. This is why we have 2 of them. In terms of the demand itself, it is very niche. It has a wide scope. I mean, you could carry a rock band, the sound equipment plus the support team. We can carry sports teams, horses together with the grooms, the veterinary staff. So there's a wide variety of applications for this. Racing teams, but the cars and the engineers and their equipment.
On board here, the configuration you have, can you talk us through what you have on display?
What we have right now is the aircraft in the with the cargo space at its smallest and with the passenger compartment at its largest. Remember that the bulkhead can move. So now it's at its furthest point. So at the back we have the seating configuration together with the medevac configuration. So we can carry sick passengers or injured passengers out of a location to get medical treatment. It's something that we realized was an unserved niche in the market, was an aircraft that could carry medevac and a lot of cargo. It wasn't a difficult thing to do. We had the space, we had the compartment, so it was just to give us increased scope and what we could use the aircraft for. We think of this as a little bit like a Swiss Army knife. There's a lot of things you can do with it.
Tell me a bit about the partnership with Collins Aerospace, what it means for the aircraft and for its systems as well.
So, as we know, Collins Aerospace is a world leading expert in the design and sales of aircraft equipment to the commercial and military sectors. So we have the head-up display system, and also about to go with the enhanced flight vision system. So for us, it's a good mix of products for our needs. With a head-up display and enhanced flight vision system, that just adds to that that product for us. That it gives us great situational awareness, gets us in and out of places that will be possibly closed due to weather for a standard 737 aircraft. So that we will work with our national authority to get those operational credits, and that's our ultimate goal. So you probably see on the radome there is a set of 3 cameras. So those 3 cameras in a forward plane, and they work independently, but the data is mixed at the end. So one of the cameras is a long wave infrared camera, the other is a short wave infrared camera, and the other one is a visual infrared camera. So on themselves, just by themselves, the data would be not as, let's say, useful. But when we combine all those, or Collins Aerospace product combines all those together, we end up with a very nice image of the terrain and obstacles. And the other thing for us is enhancing the navigational requirements we need with lighting, so approach lighting, centerline lighting.
Well, we've seen the flexi combi concept, but what else does Texel Air have to offer? Well, horse transportation is certainly one more service available.
Yeah, being based in Bahrain, there's a lot of equestrian movements in the region. It's a seasonal business for Texel Air. It operates from November to late spring. There's several horse movements within the region and further afar, and it works well with our philosophy and our niche business that we specialise in. The HUI container is a closed stall. It can be forklifts up, so the horses can be loaded not by the aircraft, it can be loaded in the warehouse or directly off the trailer. It can be transported on the dolly to the aircraft, loaded straight on for a very quick, smooth and rapid loading process, which settles the horses. Using the HUI stalls, it streamlines the whole process. It's a much rapid process, so we can fit in the charter or moving horses amongst our other business. So we've less ground time on origin, destination. It's safer for the aircraft. There's less chance of leakage, which could damage the aircraft.
And getting the horses on themselves is a lot easier too.
Oh, most definitely. With the HUI container, the horses can be loaded from the ground or from the warehouse or on pretty much off the stable truck that brings the horses to the airport. They're lifted straight onto the aircraft, and as I said, it's very smooth. There's less vibration, there's less sound for the horses.